As a motoring journalist, I'm often asked what my favourite car is. Well, it's a difficult question to answer because, of course, cars come in all different shapes and sizes to suit different budgets and different needs. But if I could have just one car in my garage, well, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS would certainly be near the top of that list.
The German brand's racer for the road is one of my favourites for its sheer driving pleasure. When I drove it back in 2016, I was won over by its purity. This is the ultimate driver's car.
But it's been 2 years since I last drove it, and in that time Porsche has updated it to try and make it even better. So I've come here to the Porsche driving experience at Silverstone in the UK to find out if the passage of time has changed how I feel about this car.
Like all 911, the GT3 RS is about evolution. The company's ability to refine and hone each new model to be better than the last. For this latest generation, Porsche has done that again, looking at all the minor details to make a big improvement. Take, for example, the new NACA ducts on the bonnet that are not only for improved brake cooling, but also a cleaner airflow over the car to make that big rear wing even more effective. There are also tweaks to the suspension and the four-wheel steering system for even more responsive handling. The result is a much faster car. The 2018 iteration of the GT3 RS is a massive 24 seconds faster than the 2016 version around the daunting Nürburgring Nordschleife in Germany. And it's only 9 seconds slower than its bigger, more powerful brother, the GT2 RS. That means the GT3 RS really does live up to its billing as Porsche's most race car-like road-going model.
Now, it does feel like a race car for the road inside as well. As you can see, there's a lot of Alcantara. These seats here, these really body-hugging seats, they've got carbon fibre on the back. The rear chairs, they're gone. There's half a roll cage inside, and there's space to put a full cage inside if you really want to go hardcore. And then because every gram counts in this car, the door handles are replaced by just these little fabric strips. But while it may seem really extreme and quite, hardcore, the reality is it's actually quite comfortable car to be in. These seats are quite comfy and supportive, and so it still has that sort of everyday usability that you expect from a Porsche generally.
Under the bonnet is the ultimate version of Porsche's naturally aspirated 4-litre flat-six engine. There's a new valve train plus changes to the intake and exhaust systems for more performance and the ability to rev to an ear-piercing 9,000 RPM. Power is up to 383 kilowatts, and it's all fed to the rear wheels via a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission.
I made a big call 2 years ago when I drove the GT3 RS that it was probably the best car I'd ever driven. But I stand by that claim, or at least I did until now, because somehow Porsche has managed to improve it. What I love about this car, what I said 2 years ago, was it's the fact that it almost encourages you to drive quickly. It's a car that really wants to be your friend. The GT2 RS may be quicker, but I can't help but feel when I drive that, it also kind of wants to kill me. This, though, really is the ultimate driver's 911. There's a purity about it. No turbochargers, no all-wheel drive. It's just the best of what Porsche does. That engine now, as you get up to that 9,000 RPM red line, just sounds incredible. But they've also improved the way it handles. It is so sharp out here on this circuit, you can really place it with absolute precision. There's no real understeer, there's no real oversteer. You've really got to wring its neck if you want it's going to misbehave. But even then, the limit is so high, certainly higher than my own ability, which is what makes it such a fun car, because even though its ability is so high, it still encourages you, no matter what your level, as long as you've got some competency, to really have some fun. There's just so much grip from the tyres, but there's also a fair bit of aerodynamic grip, not surprisingly with that huge rear wing. But even the changes they've made to the front with the new ducts also help improve the way it handles. Honestly, like I said 2 years ago, this is the car I could drive happily anywhere, anytime. Just listen to that engine, it's unreal.
Of course, there's a catch, and that's the price. The new RS is almost $30,000 more expensive than the previous version, but launched just 2 years ago. That means you'll need $416,500 to put one of these in your driveway. And that's before you look at the optional Weissach package that adds even more performance with more lightweight parts, but adds an extra $34,000 to the cost, which does make you wonder if it's worth it.
I'm not really sure how they've done it, but somehow Porsche has managed to make the GT3 RS even better than it was before. So do I still want this car in my garage? Without a doubt. So what do you think of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS? Is it the ultimate driver's car? Is it your choice of the 911 range? Well, tell us what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button.